Hello, I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm the County Manager of Lee County, New Mexico, and today I would like to talk with you about the Lee County Commission meeting that was held on Thursday, May 17th. This was a regularly scheduled County Commission board meeting. The board meeting started with recognition of several county employees, both for 1 year of service and 10 years of service. Jennifer Cadillo at Detention, Edward Day, Road Department, Luis Melendez in the Road Department, Nick Kirby at Fairgrounds, Chesley Sable, Environmental, and Doug Evans at the Sheriff's Department. They were each recognized for 1 year of service at Lee County. And then in the Treasurer's Office, Crystal Tippy, she was recognized for 10 years of service. We really appreciate our employees and their years of service, and we're very fortunate to have those individuals here at Lee County. The commission meeting, the commission then approved a resolution to provide a 3% merit increase to the county's contract employees. The 3% merit increase was the amount that was budgeted in next year's budget. This is the same merit increase that the commission had approved for all county employees. The 3 contract employees include the assistant county manager, the county attorney, and myself as the county manager. The County Commission heard from the County Clerk, Keith Manus. He presented and obtained approval on setting the recording fee at the Clerk's office, as well as the liquor license tax at the Clerk's office as well. There was no change in either one of those dollar amounts. Our County Attorney, John Caldwell, presented an amendment to the current Lee County Fair and Rodeo Board policy. That amendment included it prohibited elected officials serving on the Fair Board. Currently, the Fair Board policy limits who can sit on the Fair Board. Currently, it excludes county employees or relatives of the county commissioners. The item that was approved today prohibited elected officials any elected official from serving on the Fair Board. That item was discussed. Corey Needham, our assistant county manager, and part of his responsibilities, a large part of his responsibilities, include overseeing the road department. He's responsible for the oversight of more than 1,200 miles of roads in the county. He presented and the commission approved 2 separate action items. The first one was to do about $434,000 worth of additional work and improvements on a Battle Axe. Battle Axe is a very large, long county road that serves the oil and gas field. It's in the southwest corner of the county. And what Corey presented, it was $434,000 worth of work to address 6 or 7 different curves to help better align the curves to make the road more efficient, to make it more reliable and a safer road. We'll be working on that in the next couple weeks, and it will not take long for those items to be finished. The second roadway project that was approved was Carr Road. Carr Road is about a half-mile in length. This project is $163,000. This project will include a reconstruction of Carr Road. The road will be taken out and placed back in with asphalt, and Ramirez & Sons will be doing that project. And Battle Axe will be completed by Constructors Incorporated. The County Commission also heard and approved a recommendation from the Lee County Fair and Rodeo Board. The chair of that board, Corey Helton, he presented an item to use Outlaw and Renegades for catering services for the 2018 Fair and Rodeo. The commission approved that item. Following that, the commission went into discussion items. Our county assessor, Charlotte Kennedy, provided a report. It was a report about the property appraisal in Lee County. Taxable appraised property increased by more than $18 million from last year. The taxable taxable valuation in the county is about $1.8 billion. That's the taxable portion of our property taxes. The commission heard from that, and they were happy with the report that Ms. Kennedy gave. The commission then heard from me about discussing the county's proposed 2019 legislative priorities. Traditionally, the county will work on these items and officially approve the county's legislative priorities in the fall. This year, we are working with the number of different municipalities and the school districts in Lee County. We're working on what's called a legislative, a coordinated or combined legislative committee where the cities and the county and the school districts collectively, we are working to advance the different legislative priorities of each entity. So to start that process, the commission, the county commission heard about different legislative priorities today. Those different legislative priorities are fairly grouped into three separate categories. The first one being capital, or funding for capital projects. These capital projects would include exterior improvements to the Lee County Event Center, expansion and renovation of the Lee County terminal at the Lee County Regional Airport. And then the third project would be a renovation of the historic Lee County Courthouse. Those three items are the top projects within the county's current infrastructure capital improvement plan. So that's the first category of a legislative priority. The second type of legislative priority that the commission heard had to do with ongoing funding. So the county will be requesting and looking at, as we did last year, funding from the state to help us with our roads. Lee County as well as Eddy County, we are oil and gas producing counties. And with that, we are seeking regular ongoing funding from the state to help us maintain our county roads. And many of these county roads have a higher traffic count and commercial count than many of the state roads in New Mexico. Then the third type of legislative priority that the commission discussed would be a policy type of item or an additional way in which the state could assist the counties. One of the items that was discussed today was improving the state's forfeiture law. That's something that our commissioners, particularly Commissioner Long, she's been working with the New Mexico Association of Counties and the Sheriff's Association to improve the forfeiture law item. Those were discussion items today. We'll be working with the different entities in Lee County, the municipalities and school districts to learn of their priorities, and we'll go back to the County Commission for their formal adoption at a later date of the 2019 priorities. Our Assistant County Manager, Corey Needham, who, by the way, it was fitting today, he celebrates 8 years with the county. He first came to the county as the Director of Public Works, and then in 2016, he was promoted to the Assistant County Manager of Operations role. In his position, he oversees the airports, the road department, planning, environmental, and emergency services. Those are some of the different departments that he oversees. But in today's discussion, what he provided was an overview of the Lee County 2018 roadway improvements. There were a number of different projects that the county recently completed or we are in the middle of working on right now or will be completed soon. Some examples include Weaver Roadway. This is going to be outside of Eunice. There's a 5.1 mile of reconstruction. This cost the county just under $2 million. Again, it was a road that needed some significant reconstruction. More than 5 miles, just under $2 million. Between Hobbs and Lovington, we have Highway 18, and which is a state highway. But there are a number of different county roads that intersect with that state highway. Those intersections have received a tremendous amount of traffic, and those intersections needed to be reconstructed. Those intersections, such as Alabama, Kansas, and Nadine, those intersections were recently just reconstructed, and that project's complete. We're also looking at outside, just the north side of Lovington, there's 9th Street. 9th Street is a road that the southern portion of that road is owned by the city of Lovington, and then the northern portion from Gum Street to about Polk, I believe it is, that portion of roadway is owned by the county. The city of Lovington has already reconstructed their portion of the road, and now the county reconstruction of that roadway is in progress right now. What we're looking at, actually starting May 14th, We'll be looking at doing more than 9 miles of slurry seal roadways. These will be more of the residential roadways in the county. And we're looking at chip sealing about 68 miles, maintenance of about 68 miles of different roads in the county. One of the items that we continue to improve upon and work to help make our transportation safer is installing warning lights. We have identified a variety of different locations in the county where we are installing lighted or solar-powered warning lights. This is something that Commissioner Don Jones from District 5 has been advocating, and particularly in his district where there's more oil and gas, it's something that we've been working on. The next commission meeting, our next regularly scheduled commission meeting, we have a commission meeting that's going to be held on Friday, June 8th. This will allow for sufficient amount of time between the primary election and the next commission meeting. So it's been moved to Friday, June 8th, so that the commission will have time to certify the election results from the primary election. You can learn about that meeting or our previous meetings at our website, leecounty.net. If you have a question, a comment, or concern, you can reach me on my cell, 575-605-6567, or you can email me at leecounty@leecounty.net. Thank you so much for taking an interest in our county, and take care.